Nigerians. Nigerians.
What was you mean?
Again. So in this video, this woman was kidnapped by Nigerian kidnappers, and also her husband, and also her brother. Ladies and gentlemen, these Nigerian criminal kidnappers now demanded for ransom. The woman and the family are poor, so they could not meet the ransom these criminals are demanding for. Now, they now bring out chewing gum and said, it's either you provide the ransom they are demanding or they use the chewing gum on them. Ladies and gentlemen, these kidnappers now use the chewing gum to pop up the husband and also the brother. So now the question is, these criminals, these Nigerian criminals who are their brothers and sisters with Ghanaians, is that the criminals Ghanaians you want to be friends with? Is it the same criminal our ladies are giving their toto to?
What was you mean?
Is that the criminals our ladies are giving birth with? Is that the same Nigerian criminals who are getting married to our sisters in this country? Back in the days, when you want to get married, your family head need to go to that person, their family, to do investigation whether they have any bad records or they have any criminal records or any diseases in their family. But nowadays, it is not like that. Our sisters will just meet any foreigner, Nigerians, and open their toto for them just to knock, and they are giving birth with such Nigerian people in their family. What are the history of Igbos? What are the history of Igbos? They eat human meats. They use human for suya. They use women for pepper soup. Is that the kind of children we are giving birth to in your houses?
What was you mean?
I'm ashamed of this country, ladies. I'm very ashamed of what is happening in this country. And as a young president, I will not sit down and condone this kind of nonsense and buffoonery attitude. When I hear again that any Ghanaian lady is getting married to any Nigerian, to face the consequences of the young president.
What was you mean?
Yes. See, power to the left. Enough is enough. What them?
Abuja down to Kogi. She has been released in Edo State around Okbila.
This piece, Loka, Esquire, and this is my sister. And these are the men, like they are men. They went to the forest to rescue us. We want to thank everybody out there. Now show me, Joe.
My people, everywhere, good. Nigerians.
What was you mean?
Nigerians has done it again.
What was you mean?
First of all, I will say congratulations to Nigerian Good Samaritan and also Nigerian military. Ladies and gentlemen, just recently, this barrister who was traveling from Abuja to Kogi, ladies and gentlemen, who was kidnapped by Nigerian kidnappers.
It is how they play.
This young barrister who just graduated and she was called to Dubai to do things to support Nigerian economy. To do things support their family and also Nigeria as an entire country. Now, she was kidnapped by Nigerian kidnappers. And we said, congratulations, today, now, she has been rescued by these young men. Ladies and gentlemen, what Nigeria is turning into. Nigeria is not safe. Nigeria is not safe for foreigners. Nigeria is becoming worse. Nigeria is becoming an unbecoming. Ladies and gentlemen, so if you are Nigerian and you find yourself in another man's country, please behave. Behave, because you have a bad country. You cannot be proud of your own country. Nigeria is becoming a baller country for terrorists. What is all this? What is all this? Nigerian authorities, I give you 24 hours as the next president to arrest all those kidnappers in Nigeria. What are the military doing? Can't you go to the bushes and fetch for these kidnappers there? What is all this? His Excellency Tinubu, what are you doing there? Can't you order the military into the forest? What is all this? What is all this? What is happening? Ghana military, Ghana police, and Ghana immigration is very tight on the borders. Very tight on the borders. Because these people now will be coming to Ghana and do the same useless thing here. That is the main reason why we Ghanaians, we are telling you people to be so tight and change some of the things you'll be giving to these foreigners to be doing this kind of useless thing in this country. We will not accept that. When their time reach, deport them. After 3 months, let them go back. They have deviant behavior. Yes. Still. Power to the nurse. We are getting scared in this country.
Oh, I'm singing. Information come say this boy tell us say children food for your house. One search your house. Yes.
Me.
One search your house. You are a big guy man.
Yes. I mean, come up from you. One side.
One side this house.
One search this house.
Say na this.
Nah, here where you this thing dey. No be.
My people, everywhere, good. Nigerians, who has done it again. The worst has happened. The worst has happened in Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, so this guy in the video who identified himself, who disguised himself as a scrap dealer, ladies and gentlemen, not knowing he has a charm that he is using to kidnap little children in Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, now on one fateful day, he kidnapped one of the children, but it seems like the child has some gidigba in him, has some spirit in him.
You don't say me I should go and buy bread from there.
He just came out and then met some youth around the vicinity. He now explained to them, there's a man here who has kidnapped little children, and he have bunch of them in his room. Ladies and gentlemen, here the youth follow the child into the house. Ladies and gentlemen, as they got to the house, he was telling them, oh, Omo, I'm just a scrap dealer. I'm just a scrap dealer. You see, and when they tear him, one the big boss open the door, and then there's a bunch of children in that room. Ladies and gentlemen, there the youth rescue those children. What really happened in Nigeria? You see, when we always complain that in any Nigerian man business, there's something hidden under it. Just scrap dealer. And he will return to his hometown with riches. He will return to his hometown to be called Odogu. Just common scrap dealer. Just common scrap dealer. Now he's using the scrap dealer as a deco. He will come to Ghana and then landlords will be giving their houses to them. Ghana securities, please, you are doing great job, but do extra and extra. These people are smart people. Smart in criminalities. Yes. Still, power to the Nyash. Let's start taking all those phone cover sellers. Let's start checking them. Ghana police start stopping them and checking them. They are not only selling phone covers. They have secret under it. God damn it. God damn it. Power.
Who said so? US Embassy. They said Abuja is not safe.
I will do Thanksgiving for this matter.
I'm just hearing that. I'm not sure that was coming from US Embassy. I hope it's not a social media thing. Be careful. Huh?
My people. It don't finally boss. Nigerians has done it again. This time, record has been set. Now, the American embassy. In Nigeria has publicly come out to say that Abuja is no longer safe because of Nigerian kidnappers. Abuja is no longer safe. And as a police officer, they are asking you in interview. The journalists are asking you, and you are saying, are you pretending? What are you trying? What will you achieve for pretending that Abuja is safe? Do you think the US, they don't have intelligence on the background? Were you not there when the Ghana commissioner to Nigeria was alive in Nigeria? Is terrorists not full Nigeria? Is one chance not going on in Nigeria? How safe is Nigeria now? Mr. Man, don't paint it to be white once it is black. As a Nyash president, I am telling you, Abuja is no longer safe. The US is talking about it. If you work, go and work, deploy your men and work and stop that saying something there. What is all this? Nigerians really love defending. And the thing is harming you. The thing is hunting and destroying your country. Work on it as police personnel. Yes. Still, power to the Nyash. What is safe? Walk alone around 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock in Nigeria. You see whether you come back home. Is it because you are a police officer? So you are not meeting something. And if you are moving, you move in convoy. The ordinary is asking you questions about how unsafe Nigeria is. You are saying that, are they saying that? It's one of the social media things. God damn it. God fucking damn it. Whatever.